Welcome guys, Brendan here from Terminated Gaming, and once again we're back on World of Warships with another replay, this time at Tier 8. And no, we're not in Ranked, and no, we're not before 10.0. This is after 10.0. We are finally back on the current patch. We went back, and now we're back here. If you want to go check out those replays, of course it's always up at the top right of the screen. So, today we are on Islands of Ice. This is a standard game mode, which is a pleasant surprise. We're playing Tier 8, of course. We're up-tiered, because you're always up-tiered in Tier 8. That's why you play Tier 8 Ranked, right? And I am divisioned up with one of my clan members, one of my clan execs, James, and he's playing the Wukong. I am playing the Tier 8 French premium battleship, the Champagne. Champagne. I don't know. I took French, but I don't remember how to pronounce this, to be honest, right off the top of my head here. I think it's Champagne. Anyways, it's a French Gascon. Basically, Gascon. Pretty close. Instead of having 8 15-inch guns, it has 6 16-inch guns. So, yeah, it's actually decently accurate with those guns, too. But I also do not like this ship. But I say that, and then this is my best game that I've had in this ship. And I've seen people that succeed in this ship. It is just not my kind of ship. Why? Because it has 25-kilometer range, but I don't like playing ships that far back. And that's the current meta of the game. Is trying to shoot at each other from as far away as possible. Because it also gets a spotter plane. 25-kilometer range, and you get a spotter plane. That's crazy. What else it get? It gets a French gimmick. It gets a speed boost. I really wish that would be a main battery reloader, but that speed boost comes in handy. So, but if it was a main battery reload, it'd be awesome. But it'd probably make the ship even more, or it'd probably make the ship overpowered in wargaming size. So I'm sitting back here, way back, trying to shoot at that cruiser with six shells. I mean, look at that dispersion. It's pretty good, except for that one that wonked way over off to the left there. Except, you know, it's with my shooting, it's terrible. I didn't even come close to hitting that guy, but that's on me. That's not on the ship. It's on me, and that's a lot of the problems that I have with the Champagne. It comes down to is it's not my playstyle, so therefore I'm bad in it. So therefore I shouldn't like the ship. But for you, it might be a ship that you'd like. It's not bad. I have my Republic captain in it, my non-secondary build Republic, because secondary build Republic was kind of dumb anyways. So I used a secondary build on the Alsace, and then made a different captain that has better skills, more suited for the Repub. As you notice, the first couple salvos here I fired, I am terribly missing everything that I shoot at. And I'm also in a Champagne, which suffers from like the German problem of not necessarily that it has good armor, but it has either so squishy of armor that doesn't matter, or yeah, mostly it's just so squishy that you're just gonna eat pens like the Germans. But not that the Germans are squishy; it's just they eat pens instead of citadels. This thing will eat citadels or pens. There's no overpenning this thing. If you overpen this thing, it's the most unlucky thing that you could possibly do. And of course, I don't really want to be shot at by this Montana here, so I'm actively trying to change up. And like right there, he hit our bow, and there's a penetration. So I'm actively trying to change up course and speed here, so I'm not easily just dying here. That's the problem with this ship, is it's going to do most of its damage over time, more so than, you know, just doing your damage suddenly. I'm going to snag that kill from everybody. 1 overpen, first blood. A whole 300 damage maybe on his health. So yeah, I'm not upset about stealing that, but I bet whoever was doing all that damage was. I don't think it was a stealing. I was just making sure he was dead, like securing it. You know, I didn't want to risk the team not getting him there. So hey, we got our first kill. We've done 5,000 damage. Woohoo! 300,000 potential. So we've been a target too. And the start of this match is very, very slow for me. Very slow. Mainly because I'm trying to play this ship back and reserved, because I am running Deadeye on it, but I don't want to sit all the way in the back to use Deadeye. I.e. our Yamato, our Minnesota, that are all back there. Notice our Kremlin and our friendly Holland, because the enemy team is actually all rotating over here. I shoot this Masashi here. Yeah, that was a 37,000 damage hit against Masashi with 3 citadels. Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah. I know. Hey, I'm in as much shock as you were. I was freaking out over Discord to James. I was like, holy cow, I just did 37,000 damage to that Musashi. He's now really upset with me, so that's why he's shooting at me. I hit the speed boost in reverse, and then I get another Citadel to kill the Al Montpellier in front of me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally already the best game I've had in the ship. I'm trying to reverse here because I don't want the Musashi to just shoot at me because he's angry, because I would be too if I just got wrecked for that much health. But of course now I'm going to be useless for the next little bit. I'm not going to be as good as that shot, which I don't think that was skill. I think that was just dumb luck, because normally I don't do that well. The dispersion here at range is kind of failing me. I get 2 overpens against Massachusetts. That is a problem with the Champagne's guns, is the fact that anything that's a weakly armored target, you're going to overpen. 100%. You're never going to do pens against a target that's like that Graf Zeppelin. If I were to shoot at him, yeah, I'm probably not going to get an easy pen on him. I'm going to get overpens, even at this range. I know what happens on cruisers most of the time on almost all ranges. Our Holland burns down the Ibuki. And at this range, you know, it just takes a little bit of effort, or only a little effort for somebody to avoid shells at this range. Like that Massachusetts just made a hard turn inwards, but I mean, he could have made a slight turn in it. I would have missed. My next salvo, I am going to direct at that Graf Zeppelin, because whenever the CV is up, it's never a bad idea to take him out. Of course, half of the shells are going to impact the island here. That's why I don't pay attention to my my island indicators. And we missed the Graf Zeppelin anyways. But like I said, this always comes down to my poor aim, not really the ship itself. Because I mean, the grouping there was almost perfect. It was a really good grouping. The Buffalo's sailing away. Otherwise, I would shoot at him here. I felt like I had a better chance of hitting that Graf Zeppelin. I mean, look at how quickly the ship can get up and move with that speed boost. So I'm not saying the speed boost is bad for that reason. Like, it got some get up and go and some slow down and stop. And a lot of torpedoes going past me. There's a lot of ships near me, if you haven't noticed. There's that enemy Holland's out there on the flank of us. Now I'm going to try to shoot at something that I can maybe actually do something to, and I was like, ooh, the Musashi again? And then it was like, nope, Musashi just want to get shot by me again. He's probably wondering what the heck hit him for 37,000 damage, because there's no way a Champagne did that. So the Grosser Kerfers has the best next best angle for me to shoot at, so I shoot at him now. 3 pens, 91,000 or 91,000. I wish 9,100 damage, 9,100. At this point, there is a enemy DD off over here on the right side. I believe it's the Shima, which is gonna get spotted closer down to the Marceau, which is something that James didn't realize, but I kind of figured. He launched his torpedoes and left. We get one more pen against the Musashi's front there. I was hoping to get most of those off before I got around the corner of the island, but I did this because I wanted to be in a position to get a better angle on that Musashi with our Yamato all the way in the back like that. Here I'm trying to see if I can shoot that Graf Zeppelin out there. I fire anyways, and only the front turret gets past. In hindsight, I probably should have held my fire, but if I can hit the Graf Zeppelin, it'd be worth it, right? So let's see. Do I hit the Graf Zeppelin? Yes, I do. Blind shot on the Graf Zeppelin. The only thing spotting me right now is this Montana, which he wasn't looking at me before. He will be here shortly, because I'm broadside. I'm also very easy pen. If he wasn't looking at me before, he will be now, because with all those shells. But of course, I've also angered the Graf Zeppelin by taking him out of the game, so he's going to come after me with his torp planes here. We only do 7,600 against the Montana with that salvo, which is sad because he's broadside. And I'm here, like, can I squeeze? No, can't squeeze. Ship's too thick in the middle there to go up against the Graf Zeppelin. I was hoping to be able to go around this island, but I didn't want to give the Graf Zeppelin any more chances. But we do we get 3 shells hit, 2 pens, and one of them being a Citadel for 17,000 against the Montana. I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. And then the Montana fires back, and I'm like, that's not really cool. He does 6,400, so Not terrible. It was a decent trade for me. But he's going to out-damage me with the health that he's on and the amount of guns he has compared to me. So I've kind of committed to this angle. He's no longer aiming at me. I'm waiting to see if he turns inward. He is turning more inward. So I'm going to shoot at him again and hope to do something spectacular. A little far forward, we get 1 pen for 4,000, so that's not great. There's torpedoes behind us, I believe, from the Shima. Yeah, those would have been directed at me from the Shima, but that's why I went forward. And it's probably better that I came around that side of the island compared to where I was. So at this point, I was like, I'm just going to charge in against the Tier 10 and the Tier 9 battleship. Much to James saying, no, I shouldn't do this, no, I shouldn't do this, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm literally going to do it. You're not going to stop me. I think that was my exact words to him, too. It's like, you're not going to stop me. What are you going to do? And, hey, 2 more Citadels against that Montana, please, for 500. That was another 29,000. I took out his engine. We're up to 132,000 damage. And now I'm just like, I'm going to turn in and make sure he doesn't... Hey, he missed. That's awesome. But I also got to be careful against this Musashi here. Shots out on Montana again. Got the rear turrets. Those could be used against this Musashi here. Get those rear turrets off on the Musashi. There's decent grouping. 9,000 to him. Montana's on 9,000 health. I'm like, ooh, can the Yamato take out this Montana for me? That'd be lovely. The secondaries, even though not a secondary build on the Champagne, are doing some work here. Yami takes out the Montana, so it's like, thank you, Yami. And I'm like, ooh, I can maybe do something against this Musashi at this angle, maybe. There's not anything spectacular at that. And there's another not anything spectacular, because it just bounced. And at this point, it's like, ooh, this Musashi could be really a pain for me to face. I'm reloading AP still instead of HE, but he's turning because he's going to try to get all his guns on me. So it's like, ooh, maybe I should start turning away from him before he gets those guns on me. We get 1 pen, which is unfortunate because it was right where it needed to be for Citadel. Musashi, don't care. It can overmatch me. 13k that time with another Citadel. Yeah, hey, French armor. 17k to my side. Thankfully, no Citadels. Otherwise, that would have been the end of me. So now it is just like, hey, Yami, can you do something about this Musashi, please? That's literally what I'm yelling. I'm like, hey, but I'm not saying it in game. I'm saying it to James. I'm like, hey, I need this Yami to save me, bail me out of this. And here we go. There's another. We're just chunking him down, because he could really mess me up with the salvo. I kind of almost turned into it, and I'm down to 12,600 health. And I'm like, okay, I get to fire again before he does. Can I hit the weak spot at this range? Probably not, because my accuracy's poor. So I aim a little high. By a little high, I mean I yeet the shells way past where I should have. And he gets another chance to retaliate again. He's making up for what I did earlier. Yep, that's 263 health, but that's 262 more health than I need. And of course, the Shikaku does take out the Musashi, saving me. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, okay, so if I can just keep on this course, get out of here, then the Buffalo can't shoot and finish me off. So yeah, at this point, it's been a rough ride there at the end, but I did go up against a Tier 10 and Tier 9 BB in a basically very poor advised decision in my Tier 8 battleship. And guess who came out on top? Yes, that would be my Champagne. I do not advise to do any maneuver like this. I am not responsible for any teams that you see where a Champagne does what I just did. Unless it's myself, then I am responsible. Anyways, with 263 health and 1 heal left, I will have an amazing 7,600 health by the end of this. And there's a Holland at almost full health capping our base. To the Shokaku's credit, he is trying his best to reset him. He is going to lose a lot of planes for it, but as long as he can reset it long enough for the rune to get there to contest against the Holland, that'd really be doing us a favor. And he is doing a good job on that. Much to what some of my teammates were saying to him earlier, he is doing a great job. And so was this Yamato, even though he did sit back. I mean, he's been very useful. At least in my eyes, he saved me from the Montana, and I probably would have died without the help of him against the Montana. The Rune is really trying to close. He starts using his hydroacoustic search, I think, a tad bit early, but it looks like it might have been almost a tad late against the Holland. I don't know if he was spotted or not. He must have, because the Holland launched torps at him, but he did manage to avoid them all. But I don't know if the Hydra actually helped him with that or if it was the poor aim of the Holland's torpedoes. So the Shokaku is doing more work against that Holland. Main thing here is he just needs to keep him lit, and I need to get up there so that way we don't let him cap out, because it's just him and the Buffalo left. Yamato is going to deal with the Buffalo, and the Yamato could handle the Buffalo as long as he doesn't give Buffalo broadside with AP in the Buffalo. That would be unfortunate if he did get sunk by the Buffalo, though. Not saying the Buffalo can't do it, I'm just highly doubtful. The Rune is now trying to hunt down the Holland, which, spoiler alert to that Rune's demise, is not going to go in his favor, because the Holland isn't gonna let him keep spotted. That Holland on the enemy team was basically hunting down the Shokaku, and then once he realized the Shokaku is very much outran him, he decided to cap, as by that point his team was on the losing end. I shoot at this Buffalo just to see if I can make him turn. Not really well aimed on my part again. At this point I was like, this is already my best game in this thing that I've ever had. And the Yamato's going to do more work against that Buffalo than me. At this range, I'm just a hope and a prayer to hit that Buffalo. Whereas the Yamato is actually close enough where the Buffalo really can't react to him. The Shokaku actually gets 2 torps here against the Buffalo. I can apparently get these shells over, so I fire them. All 6 of them get past, which is very surprising. But at that point, I believe he is sped up. So yeah, I'm going to clip it. I didn't even clip his back. But the Yami gets it with the next salvo, so down goes the Buffalo. It's now just down to this Holland. The Rune's actively in the cap, trying to spot him. I'm starting to reload HE, because obviously it's against the Holland. I also launched the spotter plane, because potentially he might see it. Or the spotter plane might catch him. The Rune's continuing to head down to the last known spotted position of the Holland, but I'm pointing out to James now that I'm spotted, and the Holland has to be on the north end of the cap circle for that reason. So I'm pinging that on the map. Hopefully the Rune picks that up. The fact that I am spotted, there's the torpedoes that you should have inevitably expected. And the Rune's going to eat enough of those to take 264 health left. But the Holland is going to capitalize on that 264 health and shoot at him, which gives me the chance to shoot at the Holland. And now I know his torpedoes are on reload for at least 40 seconds. We have 40 seconds that we need to kill him. And at this range, the Champagne's accuracy is pretty good. Land 4 out of the 6 shells set afire. Secondaries, yeah, the French secondaries are very inaccurate, but hey, they're going to help. Any damage to that Holland helps. Holland decides to continue opening up against me because he's spotted by the Shokaku. I think he has his AA off here because he's not messing with the Shokaku's planes at all. I extinguish the fire immediately and leave him on 100 health. But then the secondaries take him out. Ta-da! Welcome to my best game in the Champagne I've ever had. One of the most fun games I've played in a while, too. 190,000 damage, done, 59 target hits, 4 kills in the Champagne. I was 1 kill short of a Kraken. Always 1 kill short of a Kraken, it seems like. Close quarters expert, Dreadnought. First blood, high caliber. Both of the close quarters and the Dreadnought came, the close quarters and the high caliber coming there at the end against the Holland. We came top of the team. Obviously, a tier 8 ship doing that well is going to come top of the team with almost 2,500 base XP. The Yami came second, and our Shokaku, who did fairly well, came middle of the pack. I feel like that was not a good spot for him. I feel like he should have been closer to the top. Most of our damage came against the Musashi and the Montana, obviously, as those were the targets that we did a large amount of Citadel damage to. But we did do 13,200 to the Holland for a kill, and 10,560 to the Montpellier for a kill, and we killed their Graf Zeppelin on 5,000 health, and we stole the Marceau at 212 health. Our 190,000 damage came from 182,000 from main battery hits, 11,600 against the Holland with HE, and 170,000 with AP. Secondaries did 1,200 damage, 27 hits out of 299 shells fired, and we did 6,700 in fire damage. We shot down 1 aircraft, and we tanked for 1.2 million damage, and spotted for almost 40,000 damage. We only received about 67,000 damage this game. But yeah, that was a fun match. And Champagne is a premium battleship, so I made 1.8 million credit profit with a premium account. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that battle. If so, rating me much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.